shots out there. Get in the game, cause it's overtime.
Welcome back to Overtime Fantasy, where we go beyond the whistle to bring you home a fantasy championship. I'm Mike Kinder. I'm here with Phil Carella. And Dan and Tyler are hitting the slopes.
Yeah, you know. So I think it's the last week of snow anywhere. So
In the world. Antarctica's out of snow.
I wouldn't go that far, but I mean, if you're going to go that far to hit the slopes, and by all means, good on you. But yeah, it's just a two wolf pack here tonight.
Yeah. We've done this before. We can handle this. We can hold it down.
Ain't no guess what's gonna be.
So we called Josh and asked Josh if he wanted to be on air. Like, dude, we can phone you in. He's like, look, man, I'm over here working on a pretty good buzz. I can't necessarily say that it's going to be politically correct.
I don't want to sound like an idiot, you know. So yeah. And then the guy said, "Hey, what draft position do you want?" He said 7. Right. Josh is picking at number 5.
We opened up the draft, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm just waiting for Josh to pick number 7. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, Josh still hadn't joined yet. And it's like, oh, he's at number 5. So this one's for Josh.
I've opened mine already. I'm sorry about that. Hey, the Rockies look really cold, and I couldn't wait. So
that is delicious. All right, so because it's just the two of us, we're going to do a quick mock draft. And we actually have Josh joining in. He's just not going to be on the mic, you know. So we'll tell you who Josh is picking. With the buzz that he's working on, it might be quarterback, 1 and 2. We don't know yet.
Or 3. You never know. Right now, you never know. And when we make our picks, we'll talk about them a little bit. But we're not going to go into too much detail since it's only the two of us. But you know, we'll give a little description on why we chose them, and we'll take it from there.
So we're gonna stretch this podcast out into an hour, and then whatever round we're at that point, we'll just end it right there. So right. Phil's picking at number 2, Josh is at number 5, and I am picking at number 10. So let's go ahead and get this thing started.
All right.
So first off the board is Ezekiel Elliott, and Phil's on the clock.
Yep. I am gonna go.
Is that a no-brainer for you?
Well, I'm going to try to draft a little bit differently. This time, tonight, I'm going to try to draft the players that I really, really like extremely like. I'm talking about, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm drafting this guy. And that's Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
Any other time, I would have took Barkley because of all that. But, I mean, honestly, I don't think you can go wrong with either one of those picks.
Yeah.
Barkley or McCaffrey, they are probably my top 2 running backs. Because if you're number 1 pick, you're probably going to go Zeke. So yeah. So
yeah, I mean, not necessarily. A lot of people have Saquon Barkley going number 1. It's kind of back and forth. I think it's like a 1 and 1A between Saquon Barkley and Ezekiel Elliott, but Christian McCaffrey is definitely there in the conversation for that as well. So This is nuts. So I'm at pick number 10, and what is it? The first 8 picks were all running backs. So Ezekiel Elliott, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara. Josh took Melvin Gordon. Le'Veon Bell went off at 1-6. I don't think I'd ever touched that one. David Johnson, Todd Gurley, and then Julio Jones is off the board. So with me sitting here at the end of the first round with hardly any of those top tier running backs, I'm in a tough position here. I'm going to go DeAndre Hopkins.
That didn't seem so tough.
And
I'm just saying, the best wide receivers out there. You going to pass on them?
Yeah. I feel like that was my best bet just because of all the running backs that come off the board. 3 more running backs went with James Conner, Joe Mixon, and Dalvin Cook.
Mm-hmm.
So it's even a little more slim. I was hoping maybe only 1 or 2 would go.
Are you going to go receiver route right now?
Yeah.
This is the first. I've never seen you do this.
I've never been put in this situation before, man. Like that.
Thanks.
They took everybody.
I'm going to quote Varsity Blues here and say, things change, Mox. All right.
Yeah, so my strategy just switched up just because that's the way that the draft gave it to me.
You gotta go with the flow of the draft sometimes.
So yeah, and that's what it is. You
It's
know, you
a
got
little bit of give and take.
This is why mock drafting is so important. You have to be able to adapt and switch up your strategy and go a different route. And right now, I'm going wide receiver heavy right off the bat. So I already have DeAndre Hopkins. I got to decide between Michael Thomas and Odell Beckham Jr.
A slight question mark or a guarantee.
Guarantee Michael Thomas. That's what I'm taking.
Because if there's a shout of a doubt
Yes,
about it, you don't do it in your second round pick.
that's right. And that's what I like. Because there is a slight question mark. It's Odell Beckham Jr.
All right. So after you picked Michael Thomas, Juju went, and then Travis Kelce, then Nick Chubb, and Patrick Mahomes, the first quarterback taken in the second round. That's really early for me, especially for Patrick Mahomes. But hey, this is mock draft, and like we said, every single draft is different, so you gotta be prepared for anything. So Josh is on the clock. We're waiting on his pick, and he selected Mike Evans. That's a good pick. And actually, I actually like that pick. I do.
Yeah. Over Odell, I think I don't know. That's a toss up for me because I think Mike Evans is a little more solid, like a little more guaranteed. Where Odell, where he's in a new system.
A lot of playmakers around him. Mike Evans is like a solo act with Chris Godwin. You know, you kind of know what you're getting there.
Yep.
So here, I'm going with a guy who I believe is going to have a bounce back year in Leonard Fournette.
Really?
Yep. I believe he's going to have a back. I think he's going to have a bounce back year, and he's going to show out this year a little bit. I think, especially with Nick Foles coming in, and I think it's going to take a little bit more pressure off of him. Spread the box out, get your beast the ball more.
Yeah, I just
hope he stays healthy.
Thing.
I just hope he stays healthy because he's an amazing talent. I want to see him do big things.
Yeah. So okay, so Phil is now at his third pick in the third round here. After he picked Leonard Fournette, Antonio Brown went, AJ Green went. You know, Damian Williams went off the board kind of early. He went in the second round in the 10th pick. That's kind of early for me. That's, you know, I don't even know if Dan would take him at that point. Dan loves Damian Williams this year. You know, so that seems a little early for me. I was kind of bummed because I was hoping to maybe get him in the fourth or fifth round, you know, but I may be waiting for a running back until the fifth round. I don't know yet, so we'll see how that goes. All right, so Phil, who are you going to get in the third round here?
All right, so here I'm going to look for my receiver, and I'm kind of amazed that he's still out there. I'm going to go with Adam Thielen for my number one wide receiver, and I'm kind of shocked that he made it to me in the third round. I think that's a pretty solid pick for him. It was either between him or T.Y. Hilton for me. T.Y. Hilton has so many question marks every single week if he's going to be playing. Adam Thielen is a solid 10 receptions a game type of receiver. So for him to be there for me in the third round, I like that. All right, so after that, T.Y. was picked, and then Derrick Henry, my nightmare. I don't hate him as a person. I just hate his situation in Tennessee. I just wish they'd just give him the ball like they did in Alabama, and then he'd be used the right way. You know what I mean? God, give the kid the ball 37 times a game, and he'll be a great pickup.
Yeah,
but
how
are you going to give the guy that 5 carries?
Right, yeah. Absolutely.
And then the next week, he gets 8. And then they're like, he's a must start this week. And then he gets 3 carries. It's just, I could never figure out the timing of when to start him.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
All right, so Josh is on the clock, and he takes my running back. Oh, come on. So Devonta Freeman's now off the board. That was half the reason why I went receivers, because I was like, I get Devonta Freeman in the third, maybe fourth round. I have my starting running back that I like that may be finishing in the top 10. I am hurting right now in the running back situation. This is not looking good for me. I'm going to go Mark Ingram.
That's a solid pick, though.
He is a solid pick. I like him better as a number 2.
Yeah.
Like, I like him better
but,
as a number 2
it's okay
back,
because your strength right now is at wide receiver. He's a solid RB2 to have. Whatever. You'll be all right. make some trades, do your thing, find people, and you'll probably still end up in the playoffs. Don't worry, I'm not worried about you. I'm actually not feeling bad for you at all.
So another one of my running backs that I was eyeing went off the board with Chris Carson. I'm looking at Philip Lindsay or Josh Jacobs. I don't like the idea of a rookie running back. I know he's going to carry the load a lot more. It's really between those two. I think I'm going to go Philip Lindsay just because he's proven it, more than Jacobs has, because Jacobs hadn't been in the NFL yet.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's smart. Yeah.
Who do you like more out of Philip Lindsay and Josh Jacobs there? Would you?
You got to go with Philip Lindsay, but I mean, you never. It's a toss up right now because right now in Oakland, he's basically the only back. With Isaiah Crowell going out, they pick up they get back Doug Martin.
Ooh.
Whip-dee-doo. So everything's looking really great for him right now in Oakland. Philip Lindsay has kind of a share, back by committee type deal in Denver, but he's proven to be a very good fantasy football player.
Yeah.
And a good football player regardless. So I don't, if it's me, question marks or guarantee, what you got in Philip Lindsay. Maybe if Philip Lindsay's gone, then pick him up. But that's my thought process.
Yeah.
Kind of,
really,
it's a little out there everywhere right now. But I know what's in my mind.
Yeah. And at that point, I was really also looking at a possibility of Stephon Diggs or like Brandon Cooks to be my third wide receiver.
And just totally beef up that wide receiver.
Yeah, but I can't ignore the running back. It's just once I see my running back core looking bad, I'm like all running back.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
And in the fourth round, it's kind of, you kind of get a little antsy. You're like, all right, I have no running backs right now. I have 3 wide receivers. I need a running back.
Yeah.
So I can understand that, but you gotta stick to your guns, man.
Speaking of Josh Jacobs, that's who Josh Williams just took. So, good on him. We were just talking about that guy, and he didn't even hear us. So we didn't talk him into it. He just,
All right, so I'm not gonna do that. I can't do it. I was thinking I was gonna take Tariq Cohen right now.
Okay.
But seeing that I only have one wide receiver, I'm going to go wide receiver again. And right now, I like this pick. Maybe not this early, but I like this player. And I think he's going to have a bounce back year. That's kind of where I'm going right now with this draft, with Fournette and all that stuff. And I'm going to go Jarvis Landry right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like that pick, man.
I just like him as a receiver, man. He's a leader. He's going to be the heart of that team. He's going to be the guy who keeps everything together. And, he always has a whole bunch of catches every single year. Maybe not a lot of touchdowns, but for my second wide receiver, I like it. I'll stick to it.
Yeah. So Aaron Rodgers went the last pick of the 4th round, and then Robert Woods is the first pick of the 5th round. And it's back on Phil. What are you going to do here, Phil?
Well, I got the whole board wide open here. My mind is thinking to go with a running back.
Well, you were just talking last round about going Tariq Cohen. Why wouldn't you? He's still there.
He's
Why
still
wouldn't
there,
you go?
so that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I was just kind of seeing what was out there.
So that really worked out in your favor.
It did.
You got the receiver that you wanted, because if you didn't take him, he might have been taken by the person at the number 1 pick.
Exactly.
And you got the running back that you were eyeballing because the number 1 pick didn't take a running back.
Yeah.
So
and for my number 3 running back to be Tariq Cohen, that's pretty solid. I like that.
Yeah.
He's the offensive weapon, they like to call it.
I have one running back that I'm eyeballing right now that I really hope makes it back to me. We'll see. We'll see. I'm eyeballing Darius Geis right now. It's Josh's pick.
You're not the only one there, guy.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're eyeballing him. He's not making it past me.
All I can do is eyeball him.
You eyeball him all you want. You keep your eyes off my man.
Look, don't tell me my business.
I'll go all Real Housewives of New York on you now.
You about to drop the hammer?
I'm about to drop it.
Come get some.
Oh, geez.
All right, so Kenny Golladay went. Julian Edelman, which I was hoping he would make it back to the next round. Not happening. Tyler Lockett, Alshon Jeffrey, Eric Ebron, Chris Godwin and Darius Geis right before you eyeballed him.
Yeah.
You were eyeballing him.
I was really hoping to get Darius Geis and then on the turn come back and get Jordan Howard, and then that would have made me feel much better about my whole running back situation. So right now, I'm actually going to take that down a notch and eyeball. I keep saying eyeball. I don't know why.
Eyeball.
I'm gonna.
You don't ball, bro.
I don't like Kenyon Drake. He's up there. I don't like Lamar Miller, Rashad Penny. I like these next two running backs that I'm looking at. So I like Jordan Howard, who I picked right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then if the next one, nope, he didn't fall back to me. He went pick number 12. The next one I was looking at was Tevin Coleman. So if I could have got Tevin Coleman, that would have gave me Mark Ingram, Phillip Lindsay, Jordan Howard, and Tevin Coleman, which I would have been really happy with. I don't like any of these running backs right now, so I'm going to go back and look at wide receiver. I got Calvin Ridley, Tyler Boyd, Will Fuller, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. Let me check out tight end, see what tight end looks like. I'm going to wait around on tight end. The tight end that I want is still there down the list. I'm going to go ahead and go Kenyon Drake here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Kenyon Drake, but to get him as my number 4 running back in the 6th round, that's not too bad.
My tight end just went. O.J. Howard, okay. And then Baker Mayfield. That's probably where I see him being drafted.
In the 6th round?
I see him somewhere there.
Would you draft him in the 6th round?
No, because I don't plan on drafting a quarterback until probably 9 or 10.
Okay.
Because that's when I think my quarterback will be available.
You've never had that strategy too much in the past, have you? You used to draft quarterback early.
Yeah, I used to, because I thought that having a solid quarterback every single week was a safe bet to give me a guaranteed 30 points. But then it just turned out that I would either pick the wrong quarterback or realize that by picking the quarterback, a lot of the other players are gone. Players that you think will fall back to you, they're gone, and you're like, oh man, and it messes up your whole strategy. So I go by the take what the draft gives you type of motto, So Tyler Boyd went after that, Will Fuller, DJ Moore, Lamar Miller, Hunter Henry. That's a solid pick. I like that.
I thought you were going to say it was going to be kind of early, but
No,
out of tight ends,
that's
I don't like Hunter Henry in the 6th round. Maybe just a little bit later, but I think he's fallen right where he's going to end up in the season.
Yeah. So right here, I'm going to go wide receiver, and to me, the best one available for a high-powered offense is Calvin Ridley. So I'm going to take him with that. I mean, that offense is going to be explosive this year.
He was actually who I was looking at back at pick 10. And you got him, not pick 10, but pick 2, 3. Mm-hmm. And then you got him right here at pick 11. Yeah.
Pick.
I get confused when the numbers start going backwards.
Yeah. All right, so here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of make a little bit of a leap here. Okay.
Uh-oh.
This is a guy that we've talked about before. We both like him a lot. He's a rookie running back. I'm going Miles Sanders right here.
Dang.
I've heard nothing but praise
Yeah.
about him throughout the whole Eagles organization. Saquon Barkley even said he's going to be the best rookie running back this year. He has that much belief in his athleticism, and that's telling you something.
Saquon just said that because he come from Penn State.
Or because he knows what he's capable of.
Coming into this NFL draft, the actual NFL draft, Miles Sanders and Justice Hill were my 2 favorite rookie running backs coming into it. So, I just like the way that both of those guys run, and putting Miles Sanders in the Philadelphia offense with that offensive line, I think he's going to do great things this year. I am targeting him in a lot of drafts, but not quite that early. A little bit later than that. But when the first draft actually does come out, when you're starting to draft in August, he might be up there at round 6, round 7, something like that.
I don't think he'll even go that high, though. I truly believe that their offense is going to be one of those offenses that will always have players available every single week. You know what I mean? Like somebody you can pick up on waiver or just like a pickup to plug in. You know, there's always that one team that has a whole bunch of players that are like, oh man, yeah, I'm going to pick him up because, you know, everybody's hurt or everybody gets a chance type thing. And if you have a whole bunch of injuries on your team, you know, and you're struggling at the running back position, I truly believe that Justice Hill is one of those guys that you can stash on your roster, and sometime throughout the year he's going to be given a whole bunch of opportunities. But I don't think he'll be draft worthy until late in the draft.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be draft worthy either. Yeah, so I went ahead and I went Allen Robinson. That'd be me.
That's a solid pick.
Yeah, that makes him my third wide receiver after going DeAndre Hopkins and Michael Thomas. So
that's a number one receiver in the 7th round. I mean,
yeah.
that's a good pick.
Yeah. So and he had a good connection with Trubisky last year and everything. So I kind of like that there. I was reluctant to take it but I looked at my running backs. I didn't like any running backs that were coming to me. I looked at my tight ends. I'm like, I can wait just a little bit on my tight end. I'm probably going to take him now. Mm-hmm. And I looked at my quarterbacks, and I'm like, all right, I got 2 more rounds before I take a quarterback.
So you're going to take my tight end right here.
Tell me if I took him.
Yep.
That David Njoku, I am targeting.
I need to ask you a question.
Because he's going late, man. I don't know what. Now, I will tell you right now, in our draft, he's not going to go that late because I'm targeting, and Brian's looking for him. You're looking for him. This is going to drive his value up, and he's going to go.
The tight end I'm looking at is O.J. Howard.
Yeah.
That's the tight end I'm looking at, but I'm looking to get a tight end late.
Yeah.
I think in our draft, you're going to have to jump on Njoku in the 5th round because he's going to be going that.
And that's a big part of, once again, knowing your draft, knowing what your draft does. You got to know the people in your draft and how they draft.
Right.
That's another part of it. Like, I know I'm probably not going to get David Njoku unless I reach for him. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the only way anyone in our league is getting Njoku is for a reach.
I got to ask you a question, man, And honestly, I know he's not on the greatest team, and I know he's getting older and injuries are starting to come around and stuff like that, but do you really think that LaShawn McCoy is worth, or do you think he should be drafted where he's being drafted at? Do you think he should be higher? Because I have a feeling that he should be a little bit higher than where he's being drafted at. Some of these running backs, like Kareem Hunt went before LaShawn McCoy. He's not playing until maybe the 9th week. You know, and you got Rashad Penny, who probably won't even be the starter going in front of him. Like, I just think that LaShawn McCoy has a little bit left in him.
Yeah, I think he's going about where I would draft him, you know, because I passed on him for a couple of the running backs that I picked up. I think he's going about where he deserves to go, because if you think, like, he's got Frank Gore in there. They picked up T.J. Yeldon. And they even drafted Devin Singletary, which is another guy that I really like the way that he run. So there's a lot of mouths to feed in the running back position. So I think he's going about where he deserves to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I agree with that. Okay, so
now I'm not saying that he doesn't have some left in the tank, because I think he has another good year in him. But with that many people behind him, it just it either shows me that, hey, they need to get some help for him, or they just don't have any faith in him.
All right. So I went T.J. Hawkinson for tight end, and then Sterling Shepard went, Carlos Hyde after that, and then I went with my quarterback because the one I was aiming at got taken in the 7th round, so I went with my backup, and that's Jared Goff.
Josh took him. Josh took Drew Brees.
We're gonna have 7. All right, so me and Willie are gonna have we're
going to have some problem.
We're gonna have big problem. I'm going to probably take a potato peeler to his ankle, and we're gonna have to talk about it because
I was really hoping that Phillip Rivers would fall to me in this round, but he went right after you.
Man, oh man!
Yeah.
All right, so that guy had Baker Mayfield and Cam Newton now in his lineup. So. Okay, Deontay Foreman, another guy I was hoping that was going to fall to me. Gone off the board. Dante Pettis, Adrian Peterson, Cam Newton, like I said, Cortland Sutton, and now Big Mike, Dirty Mike and the boys
Dirty Mike and the boys.
is up right now.
All right, so I went Philip Lindsay with my my number 2 running back.
Yeah.
Right here, I'm looking right at Royce Freeman. I think it's a good pickup.
Yeah.
You know, that way, if they are heavy on one versus the other, if, you know, Philip Lindsay gets hurt, you know, whatever, I got a handcuff there. You know, I like Royce Freeman. I honestly, I was really high on Royce Freeman going into last year. I really liked his talent. And then all of a sudden, Philip Lindsay come out of nowhere. You know, and well, Royce Freeman also got hurt too, but, you know, Philip Lindsay turned out to be the man there. So I went with Royce Freeman. This round, this is the 10th round, I'm going to be looking at quarterback. Ben Roethlisberger just went off the board. I am going to go... Now, I got Tom Brady and Jameis Winston there. I like Jameis Winston, so I'm going to go ahead and pick him. We talked a lot about Jameis Winston. You know why I like him. You know, I've said it 100 times. He's a 4,000-yard passer every year. He's going to get some touchdowns. He's got a big tight end. He's got a big wide receiver. He's got a fast wide receiver. I think he's going to do great this year. He's a late-round pickup that I am waiting for every draft. I will take Jameis Winston in every draft if I can.
All right. Okay.
And then not to mention also Ben Roethlisberger is going right there at the same time, or Tom Brady. You know, Tom Brady I don't think he's going to be great this year, but he's somebody that you can get late. Somebody that could produce value.
All right.
Looks like somebody took your guy, huh?
Yep. And his name is Josh Willie.
Josh has been in your back pocket here the whole draft, hasn't
He's
he?
been in all my pockets. He's even been in my cargos. God. All right. So, since he just royally took my whole game plan out, I'm going to go with a sleeper type of a wide receiver right now. I'm Jacksonville is in my head right now with Nick Foles being the quarterback. D.D. Westbrook is a wide receiver that has been doing it with Blake Bortles as his quarterback. You know, he's been putting up solid fantasy numbers. I'm excited to see what he will do with a guy who can actually throw the deep ball. So, D.D. Westbrook, welcome to my team.
Welcome to a non-playoff team.
Oh, boy. Okay, so then Austin Eckler went. Tom Brady, off. Gone. So, I have 4 wide receivers. I have 3 running backs. Another wide receiver wouldn't hurt. And I am going to go with one of my favorite wide receivers out of this rookie class. A.J. Brown, Tennessee.
Yeah, you've been high on A.J. Brown since
He's gonna be a
day
stud.
one.
This kid is Anquan Bolden and Dez Bryant and just all in one package.
Good night, dude.
He has
For real.
he has the physicality of Anquan Bolden. He has the hands like both of them and Dez Bryant, and he's shifty. He's shifty, man. He'll make you miss. I like it, and if Mariota is able to get him the ball, he's going to be a dominant slot receiver in this league at one point.
Speaking of Dez Bryant, did you see him running for the first time?
I did not. Did it look good?
Yeah. It looked like the Achilles is not hurting him.
Okay.
I won't say it
that's
looked
good.
good
One
because
less
he
thing.
caught the ball and fell down and all that. So it looked like the Achilles is not like a worry to him. It looks like it's not really bothering him. You know, I didn't see a limp on it or anything like that. I think the fall was just because the ball was thrown awkwardly.
Uh-huh.
So Josh went with Ito Smith. What do you think about that pick?
I mean, it's
a 11th round pick.
It's an 11th round pick. It's a handcuff for Devontae Freeman.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does got Freeman too. So that makes
that's
it
a smart
a
pick.
much better pick.
It's a smart pick.
Yeah, that makes it a much better pick. And like even in the 11th round, Ito Smith, that's an okay pick. But when you have Devonta Freeman, that makes it a much better pick. That's a solid handcuff right there.
Yeah.
You know, good on you, Josh.
I see what you're doing there, dude.
So I'm a little bit shallow in my, I won't say weak in my receiver core because I have, my first 2 rounds were wide receiver. But I'm a little bit shallow, so I'm going to be looking at wide receiver here. I like Hardman with Kansas City, and I like James Washington with Pittsburgh. I think James Washington is going to have a really big year this year, so I'm going to go with him.
Okay. All right.
So we're in the 12th round now. I'm going to glance at running back. It's hard to keep a conversation going when you got back-to-back picks.
especially that, and you got 2 people who are trying to focus and trying to know exactly what the draft is giving them. Who you're eyeballing right now is kind of difficult.
This is where we need a Dan Hudgens, to sit here and fill the blank space for us.
Absolutely. I mean, I know we told him to go get our beers from the Rockies and stuff, because if we're gonna do anything, we're gonna do it right. So he went up there. He's probably still on his way back, but it would definitely be a help if he was here because I'm trying to not let players slide past me. You got the focus of a young Buddha right now, looking at your phone, and I'm just talking on this mic, just trying to flow. So,
So I'm going to go ahead and go with the rookie McCole Hardman. I think he's got an opportunity.
I think it might be called Cole.
Huh?
Cole.
Cole.
I'm Cole, but me Cole.
Yeah. Me Cole.
Me Cole.
You Phil. Me Cole.
I'm Groot.
So I went with McCole Hardman. I think he's a solid rookie that is put into a very good situation. Can be very solid this year.
Okay.
So the pick is on Josh. Josh is sitting here. Does he have? He has a quarterback. He has a tight end. He has.
Does he have?
Receiver and running back.
I got a question for Josh. Does he have the goat Hones to take another one of my picks?
He's been stealing your picks left and right. He's going to take this one too.
It's going to get awfully physical around here.
Awfully physical. Sorry about your hand.
Sorry about your hand, bro. Yeah. So you want to give a little talk to him about what happened Waffle Wednesdays?
Waffle Wednesdays in Georgia Tech. Phil's brother Louis Corella, the head strength coach at Georgia Tech, is what is the name? Is it Waffle Wednesdays or Waffle House?
Waffle House Wednesday.
Yeah. So he had this big
big
interview.
Stop the tape. This kid. Oh my God. Someone just picked Rob Gronkowski. I'm sorry. Continue.
Hey, he might come back, man. He might be back.
All right, whatever. Continue.
So Paris Campbell went to Josh. Yeah, so Lewis is Phil's brother. He's a head strength coach at Georgia Tech, and he had this awesome commercial for Waffle House that him and another guy interviewed him and everything. It was really cool, man. He's doing big things down there in Georgia Tech. He was the what award did he win last year?
The head strength coach of the year award.
Yeah, so
it's
he's
basically like the Heisman Trophy for strength coach
for strength coaches in all of the NCAA. This is out of everybody. He was up against the guy from Notre Dame, and so out of all strength coaches in the NCAA, he's basically the man. I am better than everyone else around me, and that's what I
know it.
And I know it.
Exactly, man. And he he's been doing really good things down there, man, and he's been doing it for a long time. So it's hard work definitely pays off, and I think he might have broke the interviewer's hand because he gave him a nice death handshake that my dad taught us, and you could see the look in the interviewer's eyes
Louis takes it a little far when he's giving a handshake.
Right, he tries to break your soul.
He really does. He just tries to dominate you right there in the handshake process.
He's this is what I will do.
All right, so
So here's what I did. I went with another tight end just for security reasons. With a rookie tight end, you never know what you're going to get. So I went Jimmy Graham. I like him maybe being in the same system for the second year with Aaron Rodgers. I think that will be It could do big things. It has potential, and that's what I like in a backup tight end. And because right now we're getting down to the nitty gritty here, and the late round picks, there's not much left. So I went with Damian Harris for running back for the Patriots because they're going to be running back by committee. you know, maybe Sony Michel will get hurt. A nice solid backup for a goal line back would be Damian Harris.
Yeah, I said it in the last podcast where I'm avoiding all New England running backs except Damian Harris because Damian Harris has value.
Absolutely.
Where the rest of the running backs, they'll probably do better than Damian Harris, but they're just being drafted too early. Like where Damian Harris is what round was that? 13?
Round 13, I picked him
so
up.
round 13, you got Damian Harris, and who knows, you might drop him before the season even starts. You never know, but he's a really solid running back. He's a rookie. Nobody knows what he can do yet, but I think he's going to go in there. I think he's going to fit that system well. I think he's going to do big things.
Yeah, I think the same thing. And it's only a matter of time before he gets onto the field and shows what he's all about. I mean, the Patriots are obviously, what I'm thinking they're doing is they're going to start transitioning into a run-first style of an offense. They're going to do the run-first to set up the play action to make the passes for Tom Brady. He's not able to, throw the ball like he used to with 40 passes a game. They need more players to step up like running back. So for the Patriots to go into that draft and use one of their picks on a running back, that just shows that they like him. He's a leader. He's a 4-year player at Alabama, and he led the team in rushing in 3 of those years. So you can't go wrong with that. So, at that pick in that round, I like it. So right now, Anthony Miller went after that, and then now the defenses are starting to really go. So have your eye on that around these rounds. Minnesota Vikings, and Josh picked up Cleveland, and then Nelson Aguilar, Curtis Samuel, and then here comes the kickers. And do you want to take it from here? It's a kicker. You pick one up every single week. I
can understand the defense in the 13th round. Get out of here with the kicker thing. Like, yeah, I guess you can pick them up and you have a kicker for the whole year. You don't. But guess what? I got my kicker last year. I picked up Will Lutz. He was like the last pick of the whole draft. And he ended up being like a top 5 kicker. I don't know. I don't pay attention to kickers that much, so I don't know exactly where he finished. But I remember week in and week out, like he was a dominant kicker. Like he was doing great things for me. And if he wasn't, I would have dropped him and picked up a different kicker. Kickers are a dime a dozen. Don't pick them up in the 13th round.
Yeah, I can't agree more there.
So I was going to go with Jimmy Graham, but you picked him up before I got a chance to do it. So I went ahead and went with Austin Stavarian-Jenkins, who he's a big body tight end. He's in there filling in that Rob Gronkowski role. I really hope that he has a good year this year. So I picked him up as a backup tight end. And then with my second pick, I went ahead and I handcuffed my number 1. So I have a handcuff for my start running back and my second string running back. So I picked up Justice Hill to back up Mark Ingram for me.
Okay. All right, so here I'm going to do something that I did last year, and I'm going to pick up another quarterback. All right, last year I picked up Matt Ryan, I think in the 14th or 15th round last year in my actual draft, and it really worked out for me. The ones that are available are Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, or Mitch Trubisky. And for Mitch Trubisky, to me, to be still available, I'm going to pick him up just because I like him, and I think he'd be a solid backup.
Yeah.
So, Mitch Trubisky, welcome to the team.
Welcome to the losers.
Come on, man.
Sorry, man.
I ain't drafting that bad.
Sorry, man. So let's not forget Josh's pick here, which is a pick that I really like, man. He picked up Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah, and I was another one. Thanks again, Willie. But anyways, I'm done with him. He's gone.
He's on scout team.
He's sitting on the bench.
Yeah, so Josh went with Demaryius Thomas. I really like that pick. It's a super late pick that I think has a ability to really produce this year. With Tom Brady throwing the ball, Tom Brady doesn't have like the best arm, but he's got the best brain, and he can.
I love how you just put that. He's got the best brain.
He's a brain.
His mind is like Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah, so you're such a dork. Yeah, so I do like that Demaryius Thomas pick. It's a late pick that can really produce and put up, wide receiver 2 numbers.
Especially when he's kind of going to be a little bit forgotten about in that offense. Especially when they got the running backs that they do. They have Julian Edelman. They have N'Keal Harry. It's just, I think he can kind of sneak up on some DBs this year. So that's a hell of a pick, especially in the 14th round. That's crazy. So, here come the kickers. And Kendra, what kicker are you picking?
Patriots defense.
So you're picking the Patriots kicker too?
So Josh with another late round receiver that I really like, man. He picked up Josh Brown.
That's a solid
John
pick.
Brown, not Josh
John,
Brown.
I know what you're talking about though. He picked up John Brown, a burner, and he has a guy who can throw the ball 90 yards. So that is kind of scary. So Josh, if you're working on a buzz right now and you're drafting like this, maybe you should have that buzz when the actual draft comes.
Let's put it this way: you better have that buzz when we're drafting,
right? Because if you don't, you didn't have fun.
No, you didn't do it right. I'll tell you that.
All right,
so I went New England Patriots. It's a defense that I like that you can get in the 15th round. I'm probably gonna check and see. At this point, I'm gonna look at schedules, see who I like, and see who's playing like. Teams like the Redskins and stuff like that in the very, first 3 games. I'm going to evaluate that, and that's really a defense that I'm going to target. I haven't studied that far yet, so I just kind of pick up the Patriots or the Chiefs or something like that in the 15th round, and then whatever kicker I like, I just picked up Jake Elliott.
The last pick is Ted Ginn Jr.
Fantastic. Mr. Irrelevant.
Oh, man. And I went with Matt Prater for my kicker. I'm a firm believer in picking kickers that kick in a dome. No weather problems. There's no wind. It's not raining. It's not cold. I am a firm believer, if you're going to pick a kicker, which I usually try to pick one up every single week, that's kicking inside of a dome. And it usually works out for me.
Yeah, I like that strategy. That's a good strategy. You can't go wrong with that.
Gave away my... God, why did I do...
Give away your strategies?
Yeah.
That's what this is all about, man.
It's all about, I know your mind.
You can't think about yourself here, man.
You can't hear my thoughts.
This is about the listeners of Overtime Fantasy. You got to put yourself
aside, right? I mean, I'm not talking... I'm not mad about that. I'm mad that you're listening. These guys, I'm trying to help you guys out, and I like doing that, but, sometimes tons of fun over here is listening to my strategy.
All right, so I ended up with my receiver core being DeAndre Hopkins, Michael Thomas, Allen Robinson, James Washington, and Mecole Hardman.
Yeah.
And then my running backs were Mark Ingram, Phillip Lindsay, Jordan Howard, Kenyon Drake, Royce Freeman, and Justice Hill, with David Njoku and Austin Seferian-Jenkins as my tight ends and Jameis Winston as my quarterback. That's a solid team, especially for the fact that I missed out on those top tier running backs. Hopefully, those shot in the darks that I was just throwing out there can really do something.
Yeah,
but it's not a terrible team. It's not my best, but I'll take it.
Josh has Melvin Gordon, Mike Evans, Devontae Freeman, Josh Jacobs. Wow, that's actually a very good backfield. I like that.
Yeah, I really like that backfield as well.
Tyler Lockett, DJ Moore, who is another wide receiver that I really like. Drew Brees. You know how I feel about that one. Vance McDonald, Deontay Foreman, who I think is going to be a sleeper this year. N'Keal Harry, Ito Smith, a nice handcuff pick there for Devontae Freeman. Paris Campbell, Cleveland Browns, defense. And then he has probably the last 2 picks are probably the best picks of the draft.
Well, not of the draft, but I would say the best
of the
second
late
half,
round picks. I mean,
absolutely.
You got Demaryius Thomas and John Brown.
Yeah, those are solid. And honestly,
very solid.
I didn't realize those guys were going that late. That's why mock drafting is so important.
So important.
You can't stress about how important mock drafting is, because I didn't realize Demaryius Thomas and John Brown I don't know why I keep saying Josh.
I don't know either, because probably we're keep talking about Josh Williams.
Because it's Josh Williams drafting him.
So,
But yeah, I didn't realize they were going that late. So that's education that I got from this draft here.
It's good education, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go wrong with that kind of education.
Yeah.
All right, so I went with Christian McCaffrey, Leonard Fournette, Adam Thielen, Jarvis Landry, Tariq Cohen, Calvin Ridley, Miles Sanders, T.J. Hawkinson, the Hawk, Jared Goff, D.D. Westbrook, A.J. Brown, Jimmy Graham, Damian Harris, Mitch Trubisky, the Colts defense, and Matt Prater as my kicker.
You know what?
Yeah.
I almost like Miles Sanders better, like overall better than Tariq Cohen. I'm not a fan of Tariq Cohen.
Well, because
I don't know what it is.
I know why, because he's a boomer bust type of a player.
Yeah.
It's either he has a lot of targets or they limit his carries, because some games they limited his carries, but he also had 10 receptions for 80 yards, or he's an offensive weapon, which is kind of scary to own. But having him last year, I'm not scared at all, because I know week in and week out he's guaranteeing you at least 7 or 8 points.
Yeah.
And to be a third running back on my team, he became my number 1 running back, or my number 2 running back behind McCaffrey last year.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that,
but I think Miles Sanders he could potentially be that Tariq Cohen this year.
Yeah,
he could be the guy that you draft late that becomes your number 2 running back or number 1.
Yeah, and I hate all the hype that's coming around Miles Sanders, because he is just rising up draft boards. You're going to have to start reaching for him earlier and earlier. That is why playing a best ball is a lot of fun.
Right.
Because if you're the guy that has that knowledge early, if you have that knowledge early, you get into those best ball leagues, you're going to get players late like Miles Sanders. And guess what? He's on your team. So that's why playing best ball leagues are a lot of fun for people that have a lot of knowledge. So if you are going to play a best ball league, make sure that you go to draft.com/OTFantasy. Draft.com/OTFantasy. Make sure that OT Fantasy is in the promo code. Deposit $10 and you're going to get a free $3 entry into any league.
Right, and you get into that league, and that money that's in that league is free. I mean, you can win free money. This is a great deal. You guys should really jump on it. If you have any questions about it, feel free to go on our website, give us comment something, ask us a question about it, and we'll do everything we can to answer your questions and make sure that you feel comfortable enough to do this, because it's legit. You can on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're everywhere right now. So feel free to hit us up, man.
Slide into those DMs.
Slide in our DMs, and we'll make it happen. We're trying to help you guys out. We're trying to do something positive here, and spread a good message. We love what we do. We do it on our overtime because like I said, Kinder, what time were you up this morning?
I was up at 2:45.
Okay, what time were we at work? About 4?
About 4, yeah.
We were at work at 4 o'clock this morning. We're talking to you right now at 9 o'clock at night, talking fantasy football for you guys.
And guess what? I got to get back up at 2:45 again tomorrow.
Amen, brother. I'll hit you up on the jabber at 4.
That's right. So literally, I woke up at 2:45 and I went, took a shower, got out of the shower, set off the fire alarm, set off the smoke detector. I must have been completely out of it.
Are you that tall that you hit the smoke detector in your house?
No, the steam from the shower set off,
oh my God.
And it's our smoke alarm is attached directly to our security system, so it immediately calls the fire department.
Oh my God.
So I have to run stark naked downstairs and hurry up and get to the
Was this one of those? Oh wait, I'm sorry. Was this one of those ass-tastic things from Couples Retreat when he was like, the password is ass-tastic?
No.
And then his best friend was like, you didn't want to go with the dog's name?
You're ridiculous. No, so I get down and as soon as I get down there, the lady calls through from Vivint, the security system that we have. She calls through, and it's just loud, dude. It wakes Kim up, it wakes Logan up.
Oh boy!
The whole house is up, and it's just and my heart is racing because that noise, like at 3 o'clock in the morning when it's dead silent,
so
all the time,
loud.
and all of a sudden the loudest smoke alarm in the
Right.
world goes off,
Right.
and just seriously, oh man, it just like woke me up. Like
Yeah.
so, I was on a whole nother level this morning.
You said,
And then-
well, that's a hell of an alarm to wake up to. Wow.
Yeah, my poor wife, she normally doesn't get up till like 6:30, and she was up at like 3 o'clock that morning.
Oh my God. That is hilarious, buddy.
Yeah, so it's been a long day.
It's been a long day. We're going into overtime here.
Yeah.
But seriously, guys, thanks for all the support, man. Thanks for listening. You know, we love you guys, and we're gonna do everything we can to bring you this awesome information week in and week out, so you can dominate your league. Kinder, where are we at now?
Follow us on Facebook
Yep.
at Overtime Fantasy. Follow us on Twitter at Fantasy Overtime. Check out our website, www.overtimefantasy.com. Join a draft best ball at draft.com/OTFantasy. Make sure OT Fantasy is in the promo code. Deposit $10, get a $3 entry for free. So that basically, you deposit $10, you get $13. And then that free $10, you can play with that and see if you like it. And if you don't like it, guess what? Cash your $10 back out.
Cash
You
out,
know?
bro.
But yes, at least try it out. Check it out. See what you like.
Exactly, man. And, you know, like I said before, we're here to hear all your questions, comments, concerns. We're here to answer everything and make you feel comfortable to do this so you can spread it on to your friends and, you know, you guys can have some fun, win some money. But, yeah, seriously, guys, thanks for listening. Good night.
Good night.